Let's talk about the Odu Oyeku Meji. Oyeku Meji states, if those who embody Ori have the best defense mechanism. What is the best defense mechanism? The best defense mechanism for most people is to distance themselves from unpleasant situations, which can come in the place of Ori or Iro. When dealing with Ori, you have to be okay with total truth, okay? To remain and be able to deal with total peace, that means that you have to deal with certain things in an uncomfortable situation that normally will make you uncomfortable. So to avoid uncomfortable energies, you must be able to go through the unpleasant situations to grow into a state of peace. If you lie to try to get out of an unpleasant situation, that means, for instance, if you know that you are having problems with your spouse, you tend to block that person to get some type of peace that is temporary peace, which really works in ero energy because it's falsehood. But let's say if you're having trouble with your spouse and you decide to handle it in a calming manner and actually can come to some common ground, that is dealing with Ori. See, Ori has the way and the ability of having us think in a way where it's humble, working with humility, strength, courage, honesty, and discipline. When you tend to work with discipline, then you know that there's certain things that you will not accept because your Ori will not value the principle of dishonesty. And if it goes against your discipline, your boundaries, and the goals that you have set in life, then this is working in Ero energy that goes against your principles. That will forever be the remainder of falsehood. So what you have to do is be able to be strong enough to go through it. In this Odu, you have the story of the sun and Ido. With this Odu, the sun was sent to go illuminate the Edo people because the Edo people stayed in the dark. When the sun came, everybody wanted to touch the sun with their dirty hands because a lot of these people were, how can I put it, people that lived in nature and filth and everything else. So they lived in the dark. They didn't know how to cleanse themselves or do certain things because they couldn't see where they were going. The more they touched the sun, the dirtier it got. So the sun decided to seek counsel. When the sun decided to seek counsel, that was with the oracle. When he received this counsel from the oracle, it came up in Oyeku Meji. It asked for him to sacrifice so he can preserve himself to do the job that he was sent to do. So how did he fulfill this? He had to get a broom, he had to get needles, and other items that helped him along the way. Now, of course, he fulfilled his destiny. He cleaned out a path which produced brightness and dusted himself off. Then he took the needles, which represents the spikes of the sun, to make them very hot and would produce an energy to where it would hurt anytime anybody touched him. Then he made his light even stronger and brighter by the disciplines of following what his Ebo was, which means sacrifice. He went back to Edo, and of course the people were trying to touch him again, but this time when they touched him, they touched the nails that were the spikes that represent the sun. When this happened, it started to burn their hands, so they couldn't touch the sun, and the sun decided to push himself further away. When he did this, the sun rays were so bright to where it started to hurt the people's eyes due to them being used to darkness. Because he was so bright, he elevated high into the universe to where he was able to show light across the world. With him being able to do this sacrifice and respond to the situation in total awareness, he made a healthy defense mechanism against negative spirits, which helped him to defend himself against negative energies, entities, and negative people. So what this is basically saying to you is, do not allow for your Ori to get contaminated by other folks to where you forget the principle, the values, the morals, and the dedication it takes for you to stay disciplined, humble, and have humility to strive for your goals in life. You want to shine as bright as the sun and keep the boundaries, which represented the needles and the spikes that the sun has, to block away the negative energy. Then you also want to be able to produce the well-being of knowledge. Only you know how your Ori works, and only you will be able to go to the oracle and find out what's destined for you. Not anyone else telling you that you are supposed to do this without consulting your oracle, your Babalawo, your Yanifa, and your Ori. Your ancestors are your guidance, which represents the illumination of your legacy. Remember to always dedicate yourself to truth, honesty, trust, peace, and love. When you do this, and you can actually be your authentic self, you tend to teach people that you are nothing to play with. And you set the boundaries in life to teach people how to handle and deal with you. This is mastering your Ori and working in Iwa Puele, because Oyeku deals with the unknown and the death of certain things. Because of this, it doesn't mean a physical death, not all the time. It means transitioning, and transitioning to your light is very important. This is one of the stories in this in this Odu, that represents how powerful your light is. But life will test you to see if you can remain in your light. Understand faith and trust, honesty, not allowing people to manipulate your emotions, not allowing people to make you feel bad for the decisions that you make to make yourself grow and elevate in your full potential and your purpose. Staying rooted, grounded, and disciplined and focused. Always giving gratitude to your orishas, your ancestors. Always making sure you're giving offerings and sacrificing. Always making sure that you take care of your head, your legs, your body, your vessel. That's showing the orishas that you trust them enough to where they can use your vessel as the open portal that they need to actually come through and deliver the message. A lot of times, a lot of psychics or people that have visions, right, prophets and everything else, have clouded judgment because they do not have the discipline in life. When is the last time you said gratitude just for you drinking a cup of water? When is the last time you said gratitude even though all your money is gone but your bills are paid? When is the last time you said gratitude for having a roof over your head even though you're in an uncomfortable situation but you'll make it out? It's you actually taking the time out to reserve that energy that you're frustrated with and create something beautiful. So Ifa is saying, shine like the sun, remove the energy of toxicity, elevate, keep your boundaries, don't allow for yourself to be manipulated, and for you to focus on your goals, your drive, and strive for excellence every day, even when you do not feel like it. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this lesson. I am Iya Fadumade. Peace, love, and abundance to everybody. Adavo.